Today, I bring to you guys what is potentially one of the biggest upcoming gacha games of the last century. Tower of Genshin, Wuthering of the Wild, Star Rail, Endfield, Mugen Zone Z. You know what, now that I look at it, that is a really long name. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that. The game in question is Crystal of Atlan, an open world anime game that is akin to Tower Fantasy, Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Arknights, Endfield, Project Mugen, Unending Dawn, Duet Night Abyss, all of the better looking upcoming games on the immediate horizon. The reason we're talking about this right now is because it is actually launching into testing on, well, I mean, at some point in mid-December of 2023. If you're interested in participating in this test phase, you have to sign up right now. I have a link on my website, my Gacha Hub. This is why you need to bookmark this website. This is why you need to make sure to visit the website at least once a week, because I keep you up to date with everything there, especially pre-registrations for upcoming gacha games like Crystal of Atlan, like Demis Reborn, like White Noise Survival. All I need to do, click the link to pre-register. It'll take you on over to their website. Boom, you're done. I have some footage from the Chinese version of the game over on TapTap to take a look at in just a minute, but before that, the official post from the Crystal of Atlan TapTap page goes on to confirm that the technical beta test for Crystal of Atlan will begin during mid-December of 2023. The test duration will be no less than 8 days for Android and PC. Supported languages will be English. They will send out access 1 to 2 days before the test. The pre-registration for the test phase began on the 10th of November and ends on the 8th of December. So you still have about 2 weeks if you're interested. I will also point out it does say it's a Magi-Punk action MMORPG. So it's probably a little closer to Tower Fantasy than it is to Genshin Impact. Equip over 10 skills and create your own combat style. There are 4 primary classes at its core that branch into 8 advanced classes. There's the Swordsman, there's the Magister, there's the Puppeteer, and there's the Musketeer. If you navigate on over to their website, you'll actually see that there's a lot more listed. The Scythe Guard, who looks great. The Puppeteer, who looks great. The Gunner, who's very bouncy. And yeah. The Bounty Hunter, who is just packing with personality. The Berserker. The Magister, or sorry, the Elementalist. The Musketeer, who is just mesmerizing. The Magi Blade, the Swordsman, the Blade Maiden. Oh, she is so bouncy and active and just like oh my god, they're just full of life. And then the Magister. I almost didn't want to click off. Oh, I'm sorry. And then the Warlock, who's actually very cool looking, but needs a manicure. You can engage enemies in disguise, casting aerial skills. You can dodge attacks, execute successive jumps, and unleash skill-based combos. You can form teams with other players and participate in dungeons, or you know, if you're more of a solo player, you can probably do that too. The game is cross-platform compatible between PC and mobile, which is a great sign. Now, let's go ahead and actually take a look at some of the gameplay, because I think the first time I ever saw gameplay for this was like 2 years ago when it was first announced. Before we go ahead and take a look at any of the gameplay, though, I do want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal. Now let's go ahead and check out the trailer. How do you like change the volume in TapTap? You gotta like minimize the screen to? How do I like skip through the video? I can't. This is a can I just like, okay, I can open the video in a new tab. I can't. Ah, that's frustrating. I just want to skip through it, but it won't let me. Okay, so it's just showing the different classes right now. I wonder if I could like zoom in. Okay, I guess this will have to do for now. So there are cutscenes in the game.
你也是第一次执行任务吧？放心，就是几只劣化体，不会有问题。
It's a pretty town. The NPCs look bad. This is a PC client? I think. Maybe it's a mobile client, I don't know. If it is a mobile client, I'm curious what the PC client's gonna look like. Yeah, this is probably the mobile client. So this will probably look a little better on PC, but so far the world looks pretty good. The combat looks pretty good. The character models, I don't know, they kind of remind me of like 1.0 Tower Fantasy. Not that good. But since this is an MMO, I totally understand not having as good character models, not having as good world. I don't know, I hate to say it, because I do think this actually does look pretty good. But I hate to say it, but I don't think it looks that good. I think it kind of looks worse than Tower Fantasy does, or did. But this is a beta test, right? This isn't like full release. So they definitely have time to fix the issues that I have with it. I do like that we're seeing lots of other players running around. I hope it's not like Tower Fantasy, which is like limited to, I think, like 20 people on screen or something. I hope you can genuinely see like 50, 100, 200 people. Like if you can see a large amount of people like that, if you see hundreds of people on screen at once, I will happily take the worst looking characters, 100%. Since this is an MMO, like, I am happy to have a large number of people on screen at any given time. And I will take a performance loss. I will take a reduction in graphical quality, fidelity, everything. Oh, Mrs. Stix just brought me a homemade pumpkin cookie with homemade icing. It feels hot. Ooh, it is hot. I have a snack for the video. All right. Oh shit, it is hot. Ow. I feel like the combat's a little bit, like it feels a little stiff. I don't know how else to say it. It just kind of feels a bit stiff. I don't know. I would love to try it out. I would love to see how this works on PC, because this is mobile, right? That is not how the PC version will look. That's not how the PC version will play. So judging the game based off of its mobile gameplay and how it looks on mobile, when I'm never gonna play it on mobile anyway and I'm gonna play it on PC, would be disingenuous for me to do. I think the game looks pretty good. I don't think it looks great. I think it looks pretty good. I think it plays pretty good, but that is based off of the fact that it's an MMO. If this were purely a gacha game, an open world gacha game that was single player, like Duet Night Abyss, like Unending Dawn, like Project Mugen, I would say this game looks pretty bad. But there are certain limitations imposed on games, graphics, when making an MMO, so I completely understand. And that is why I think Tower of Fantasy will never look as good as any of the aforementioned games, because at the end of the day, it's an MMO. With this in mind, I would love to get to play it myself and test it out for myself. So, I mean, hey, Crystal of Outlaw team, if you're watching. Now, if this is not a game you're at all interested in though, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be of more interest to you.